welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny Allen, and before we get started with today's video, please make sure that you are subscribed, that you thumbs up this video, and you check the description box below. So welcome to day 12 of our journey through Proverbs chapter 12. And this morning when I was doing my devotion, the thought came to me that I should call this series Life Lessons from the Book of Proverbs. Life's Lessons from the Book of Proverbs. So let us continue in the Book of Proverbs. So today we're looking at chapter 12. And chapter 12, continuing from the previous chapters that we've looked at. Chapter 12 has contrasting characters throughout this chapter. So for example, we look at verse 1 where it says, "Whoever loves instruction loves knowledge, but he who hates correction is stupid." He who hates correction is stupid. And let's have a look at one of the verses up here, another one, which is, "An excellent wife is the crown of her husband, but she who causes shame is like rottenness in his bones." So we've got the contrasting wife here, one that is excellent, one that brings shame. And then in verse 1, you've got somebody who loves instruction, loves knowledge, but then you've got another person who hates correction. So you have the contrasting lifestyle here, and you have to choose what you want to be. So let's have a look at, and I'm just going to pick a few verses from Proverbs chapter 12 for us to have a look at. And please make sure that you comment below to let me know how this series, these mini series is ministering to you. Obviously I can't go through the whole, everything in depth, because Proverbs is a very, very meaty book, but I hope that I've whet your appetite enough for you to go in and do your own personal study. So let's have a look at verse 11. Verse 11. "He who tills his land will be satisfied with bread, but he who follows frivolity is devoid of understanding." When you work your land, you have plenty of bread. When you work, diligence, what you've got to remember here, when I read this, I thought diligence will always be rewarded. When you are diligent, when you're somebody who works, when you're somebody who uses wisdom in using the works of your hands to help move you forward in life, to help you bring in an income, to help you develop your business, your work will always be rewarded. Diligence is something that will always be rewarded. We can be working hard, we can be diligent, and we're not seeing anything happening. Keep going. Don't ever think that your work will never be rewarded, because diligence always pays. Somebody is watching you, somebody is always observing. So do not give up. Continue to till your land, because at the end of the day, you will be satisfied with bread. Okay? And then we've got verse 13 here, which says, "The wicked is ensnared by the transgressions of his lips, but the righteous will come through trouble." The righteous will come through trouble. Your own lips, what you say, can get you in trouble. Watch what you say. Watch what you say. Think before you speak. And as I said before in one of my previous videos, Proverbs has a lot of scriptures and a lot of warnings about what you say with your mouth. Watch what you say. And then following on from watch what you say, let's have a look at verses 17 to 19, which says, "He who speaks truth declares righteousness, but a false witness deceit. There is one who speaks like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise promotes health. The truthful lip shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. Now, this is just an awesome reminder. Here again, we have the contrasting individuals, the contrasting characters. You've got one who speaks truth, one who speaks a false witness. You've got one who speaks with the piercing of the sword, but the tongue of the other person, the wise, promotes health. You've got somebody who speaks with truthful lips, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. You have the contrast. And whichever side you're on, whichever side you're looking at, when you're looking at these verses, it is in your power to determine the harvest of what you want from your lips. It's either health, harvest, promotion, or it's or from your lips you will become ensnared. You will have deceit. You don't promote health with your tongue. And he says, a lying tongue is but for a moment. Your words won't last long. So here again, 17 to 19 is contrasted speech. So you choose. And then finally, verse 25. Let's go to verse 25. Verse 25, anxiety in the heart of man causes depression, but a good word makes it glad. Anxiety in the heart of a man causes depression, but a good word makes it glad. And you see, that's really, there's so many people today who are suffering from anxiety, who experience anxiety, especially since we've had the COVID, especially since we've had the pandemic take place. There's been a lot of anxiety out there, and people have been seeking help. Some people have been suffering in silence with it. But the Bible encourages us here, but a good word makes it glad. I've learnt, I must admit, the third lockdown in the UK, I found that hard coming towards the end because we were in lockdown for about 4 months. But each day I had to make sure that good words would make my heart glad. So what was I saying? I was determined to be grateful. I was determined to be thankful. And these were things, gratefulness and thankfulness was something that I really made a point of declaring from my mouth, because I wanted to make my heart glad. And I want to encourage you. I'm not belittling anxiety, because it is a very real thing for so many people. And I just want to really encourage you to, watch what you say, as we were reading in Proverbs 12, 17 to 19. But begin to declare gratefulness. If you can, get a gratitude journal, just get a small notebook and begin to write down the things that you are grateful for. Begin to write down the things that you are thankful for, and meditate on those things. Meditate on those things. So I hope that today's video ministered to you. Please subscribe, thumbs up the video, and I will see you for the next video tomorrow. Okay? God bless and have a fantastic day. God bless you.